I'm Mark. My Chinese name is Zhuo Yuwei. My student number is 41. I'm sophomore, and my job is timekeeper.
Hello Mark, I am Kiwi Chen Pingyu. My number is 31. I am sophomore. My job is questioner.
Hi Mark, my name is Clara. My Chinese name is Lin Jiaying. My student number is S05411019. I'm a sophomore, and my job is leader.
Hello Mark, my name is Ryan Ko Jinchen. I'm a sophomore and my student number is S051021 and my job is questioner.
Okay, today we're going to talk about Amy's Baking Company. Okay, so what do you want to eat in that restaurant if you have the chance, Mark?
I think I will go there because I want to know if the rumor is true or not. I want to just give it a try and maybe order the cheapest thing and just see how is their attitude is.
Wow.
Yeah, I would like to go there.
Okay, how about Kiwi?
I'm same as Mark. I will try once, and I want to know if their food is really disgusting. Yes, it looks very terrible, very crazy. Yeah.
How about you?
I think I would rather not eat in there because I don't think, first of all, the service is not great at all. And, the food maybe is not as great as they claim. So I don't think I would rather not waste a lot of time to eat there and, just try to be like a white bread or something. Yeah.
Oh, but you have to try to know that.
But I would rather not, you know what I mean? Yes.
Even you believe in social media.
Yeah, sort of like that.
Oh.
Maybe I will want to identify that whether it is really as worse as what the social media said. Maybe I will want to find out, is it really that bad? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so what do you think the major problem the restaurant has?
I think it seems to me that the major problem is not Amy. I think the husband is more responsible because the information is blocked. The kitchen, the people in kitchen and the people outside doesn't have a good conversation, and they don't know what the real situation is. So there's no chance for them to improve. Yeah, I think communication is very important.
So you think is husband's
Yeah.
problem is more?
Yeah, I think he should be more harsh to be real to her
Okay.
wife.
But if today it is your wife, do you
Do you
dare to tell
Maybe
her?
it's like different or something.
Yeah.
Your cooking is very terrible?
Yeah.
Do you dare?
Yeah, you know that your wife will brah.
Yeah.
It's very crazy.
I can't believe I married such a wife.
Okay. How about Kiwi?
I think the problem is maybe the wife can't take criticism, so her husband want to hide the truth and maybe don't bother his wife to cook everything. Yeah.
So you also think the problem is the husband? Major
Half and half.
half and half.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Amy's problem is I think is more because I think she is just the one that can take criticism because her husband already think that if I tell her, but she will not change. So why should I tell her? And it will our relationship will become bad. So the husband still chose not to tell her. But I think her husband is a reasonable person and Amy is just an insane person.
Yeah, I think as for me, I think both of them has big problems because I don't think they are suitable for each other because I don't think they have the same personality or something. They are definitely like two different kind of person. One of them is like, I think his husband is a bit insane too, I think. Like his attitude to Gordon Ramsay or even to the customers. It's like, isn't too appropriate, you can't treat customer like that because they are the people that feed you. They brought money to you. They want to eat in a restaurant. You have to treat them like your family or something because it's like you have to be true, be real to to your customer, and the customer will come to your restaurant more often. And I think Amy's major problem is like my classmate has mentioned, like she can't take criticism. That's very important. But I think she still believes that he makes the great dish of all the restaurants around the U.S. because he just says that to Gordon Ramsay that I make great dessert, I make great food, I make great lot of dessert. But in fact, she didn't make that quite good food. Like even like some of the customers say that the fish or the steak is still raw or something. Yeah. So I think Amy should maybe work on it. Like
Hasn't she ever tried her own food? Just try it and feel
I
it.
think no.
No.
Yes.
Maybe you should think that's delicious.
I think
Yeah.
there's something wrong with his mouth or the tongue or something.
So
She-
it's not his sanity, it's the tongue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
She,
Oh my
she,
God.
she can't taste. She cannot identify sweet, sour,
Maybe
so.
she just thinks that everything what she done is very perfect.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she lives in her own world.
Like
Okay.
so, like, what do you think about the relationship between Amy and her husband? Is it like tense, or is it like really peaceful, or is it like something like, you see, what's the relationship between them?
I think they are very compatible,
Competitive.
Because
Okay.
someone willing to listen, someone willing to take all their anger, and another one just Amy puts a lot of anger on her husband, and her husband willing to take it. So I think they are quite suitable.
Okay, yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think?
For me, I think maybe they very suitable for each other because Amy can take care about her husband, and when her husband very angry about the customer, and she will calm down her husband's temper.
Yeah.
Yes, like stop, don't call the officer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Also, like we mentioned before,
Yeah.
her husband will control the. Don't let his wife know.
Oh.
Yes. Control her temper too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also think that Amy and her husband work in a suitable way. They just like Huey and Mark said, they have some kind of match in a perfect, not perfect, match in a good way. But I think that Amy is a little above his husband because the husband think that her wife will go crazy. So and he knows her personality. So the husband will go the way that the wife wants. Yes, I think the status is Amy maybe a little higher. Yes, because her husband just do the way as Amy
Okay.
wants. Yeah.
How about Ryan?
I think in short terms, it might be a really suitable couple because they hide something from each other, they help each other, avoid something, they dodge something, they don't want to face something. Yeah, in short term, they might be like a fake peace, but in long terms, they might have some problems between them. If like Amy's husband if he keep hiding things from Amy, and one day Amy finally realized, oh, I didn't make great food, I didn't have great service. So what kind of response will Amy react? How she will react to his husband? Because you see, he's like you're the one being cheated for maybe a lot of years. So I think it has a big problem. And as for Sam, I think if Amy just keep pushing or even ask Sam to do something that she wants to do, I think sometimes, yeah, it might be a problem because people have ego. People have their own they want to be respected by others. If
Yeah.
Amy just keep doing the things that she want to do, maybe yeah, sometimes it will kind of break up or something.
So they just need communication.
Yeah, I think the lack of communication is also important in this show. I think most of the times, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, that's the communication is. I think it's done in a really weird way. Someone told like Amy's husband something,
Yeah.
but his husband doesn't tell Amy.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked in a weird way.
Yeah, it worked in a really weird way. Like if you walk into a restaurant and you told the shopkeeper you want something, but the shopkeeper didn't tell the chef inside the kitchen. So when will you get the food you want to order? You know what I mean?
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's I think the main part that the Amy's baking company has. Is yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard to change, Amy's personality because she
Yeah.
just can't take criticism. So maybe her husband just thinks that communication doesn't work, so he gives up to
Yeah.
communicate.
Maybe Amy have a little awareness about her cooking skill. Maybe, but they just keep hiding
Okay.
and keep
Yeah.
thinking they are really good at it. I think maybe.
Yeah, because we can't see the whole truth
Yeah,
from this
yeah,
show
yeah,
because
yeah.
the show tries to convey something
Yeah.
they want to convey. They just cover some of the truths.
Yes.
Just like like here, like the social media comments. I think there are lots of things that we see on social media.
Yeah.
But did the social media really have the every details that the show has? Maybe the people just watch it from the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, have they ever, like you
us,
said
like
before,
us.
have you ever went to
No.
the Emmy restaurant,
Yeah.
the Emmy baking company? Yeah, I think that's a big comfort. So what do you think about the social comments? But
So I think some of them maybe is very real because like me I will try to write real comments on others on other restaurants.
yeah,
So I think there are still some comments.
Good comment.
Yeah, some good comments. Let's give us maybe something close to the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, just think they are haters, just haters. Yeah, do you think they are haters?
yeah, like,
Yeah, I think there are a lot of haters.
hey, but I think
They saw more. There are a lot of haters. They are haters.
yeah, they're haters of course, but I think they maybe a bit they have tell the truth because
Yeah.
I think from the altitude that from the attitude that we have seen from Amy and his husband, I don't think they can do something that is really good to their customer. They just want to shout at them, like
Yeah.
punch them, or even get them out of the store. Is that appropriate
But-
to do that?
But just like what
Yeah.
you mentioned, that's maybe just only a part, not the whole truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe they just shout at maybe one or two customers, and the camera just show that you shout at all customers.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't know the truth.
So
Yeah.
many audience just watch the show and
Yes.
maybe they don't know the truth, and so
Yeah.
they go on the website and type many comments that
Yeah.
they,
Oh, yeah.
yes, and maybe the comments not all the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think haters do exist. Like, maybe in other stores there are haters, but I think the most important thing is how do the shopkeeper react
Yeah.
to the haters. But I think their way is a bit radical. They just do something,
They just shout.
Yeah,
they
they
shout
just
at
attack
them
back.
and then even fight back on internet.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
that's
not
the
appropriate.
the thing
Yeah.
that shopkeepers should do.
I think they just want to defend themselves, and
But
they they don't have the knowledge and the ways to.
But I think it's a bit of over defense.
Yeah.
You see, they even
Yeah.
type swear words on it. I don't. Yeah. I don't think that's very
Too much.
not cool
Yeah.
to do that because if you
But-
want to run a shop in want to run it for like 10 years, 20 years, you should do something that's like the normal way
Yes.
that we call it the normal way. But their way is like big like they just wanted to make it a big news, but I think that the what it brings to them is like the opposite they want to have. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Okay, so if today you all own a restaurant and a lot of haters just attack you on the internet,
Oh.
how will you respond?
Oh, that's very
How
tough.
will you respond to those haters?
That's very
Mark?
tough.
Well, because my communication skill is not very good, so maybe I will just apologize.
So you have to apologize
Yeah,
for-
and people will.
Apologize all the
Yes,
time.
and I will. And maybe people will take pity on me because
Take pity.
because I apologize and you still swearing on me, then it seems not quite fair to me. Yeah, so I think I will just keeping apologize.
But do you think that haters understand what is pity? Do you think they really understand what it means? Because they are haters. They don't know the
But others will see.
others.
Will see,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Because this is not fair to me because I had already apologized and you still swear on me, and this is everyone has eyes, everyone can see. Yeah.
So you just chose to apologize all the time, but if you really think that's not your fault, you still apologize.
Because they are haters, we can't do anything with
You
them.
can't do anything.
But it's not your fault, so you still apologize.
I think I will just explain a little and plus apologize.
Oh.
So how about you, Kiwi?
Oh, if I'm the owner, I think I will respond them in another ways, like, sorry, but I stand on my points.
Stand on the point.
Yes, and I also will think about their points about what's bad in about my store or restaurant. Yes.
So you still want to correct it based on their comments. You want to fix it. You want to make
Yeah.
it
You
right.
will explain every comments.
Oh.
on
Yeah.
the-
Yes.
You're so patient.
Yeah,
But what if they continue to attack you?
yeah, just like Amy
Yeah.
Gay Company. They're just
Oh.
receiving a lot of mean comments every day.
Maybe I will choose to close
Close the fan page.
the page.
Or just
and
close the
they
fan
can
page.
not leave any message.
Oh.
Shut down the function.
Yeah.
Maybe they will find another way.
To attack me.
Maybe
Yeah.
call you. They just call you on their phone.
Say,
They
why do
might
you
be
close
very
your fan
serious.
page?
Send blackmail.
Oh,
I think it's a tough problem.
It's
Yeah,
really
it's very
tough.
tough.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah. So what?
So what about you? Maybe
Well,
you should talk
me-
first. You can't avoid it. Yeah.
Okay, if I have haters,
Yeah.
maybe I will apologize too.
Apologize.
Yeah, but if they're still, and I will try to, if I think those comments are reasonable, I will try to correct those mistakes. But if I think it's not reasonable, then I'll just ignore that. Yeah.
Oh, you ignore.
The
comment.
haters, yes.
Oh.
If I think those comments are not reasonable, because I think haters attack, they have their reasons. So, but if I think the reasons are good, and I will accept it, and I will take it. Yes. What about you?
Yeah, but if I think in Amy's shoes, because we all think we are not.
Yeah.
You see, we don't own a restaurant. If we are thinking like Amy's and his husband's shoes, maybe the thing could be like very different because you get annoyed by those haters every day. You see, when you open a computer every day, you receive a bunch of those. There's something like blackmails, I mean like mean words. I think what will you be like? Maybe at first they want to respond to it in a really friendly way, but at last they found out they couldn't because they have already done so. But the things they got is like it even worsened. It's like getting even worse. So I think it's a bit different. Like we are the outsiders. We are not the shopkeepers. We can't. You see.
But we should. But I think they should respond in a nicer way. Just in the restaurant. Yeah, you just be nice to your customer. That's maybe can solve the problem.
Oh, I mean in the restaurant.
Yeah, just be nicer.
Okay.
Maybe they're being driving crazy.
Maybe-
Too many things.
Maybe they have a hard time controlling their temper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't know their personalities. To their customers, they don't have the really ability, and they are not appropriate to response.
And I think the one important factor is about their cameras shooting. If you are being explicit, like if I like blame you and someone's recording, like
Yeah.
this will be uploaded to internet. I think
They
your
will be
response.
more, what's that? More careful, right?
But that's a bit shameful because the customer says that your food is not good enough. I think it's a bit shame for you got me. Yeah, that's what I want to say because everybody's watching, and they just say that your food is raw, your spaghetti is not that good. I think you see that's very different.
Yeah, they will want to defend
Yeah,
their food.
Yeah, because if someone is shooting at you, like shooting a short film at your restaurant, you might want to give all your best to the customer to prove that we are still a great restaurant, not like the haters online saying that we are a bad restaurant. You know what I mean?
But they use it in a wrong way. They shout at the customer.
So it just worsens the whole situation. Make it even it's hard for them to pull back the bullets like now. So,
Do you think that's a shame mark if your disadvantage was all of the disadvantage were put on the show? Yes, and they don't really show your advantage.
Yeah, I think that's pretty shameful.
yeah, pretty sure.
But I won't act like Amy and her husband. Maybe I will just
Accept it.
yeah, I mean, I'll probably just in front of a camera and people will think, oh, I'm a reasonable guy, and maybe I will improve my food, and next time I will be better like that.
I think it's just what the reality show wants. They just want those scenes. Yes. They won't record your apologize scene because audiences don't want to.
Yeah, they want to see
They want
that
to
hot.
see the scene that they got mad, got angry, and blah blah blah. Yeah.
And I think those restaurants are not really being bankrupt because maybe they choose restaurants. They see the keeper and what's that, and see if it's a good thing for their show. Like they see Amy's and they see the last one we saw, the two men.
You mean like the inn in America?
Yeah.
Or I mean the hotel hub?
I think they choose. They
Yeah,
choose.
yeah.
They choose.
Yeah, I think they did choose because if you don't choose, what kind of story you want to say to the audience? Yeah, the audience want to see like Clara has said something nice, something. They want to see splash, crash, like lots of things. They want to see conflict on the camera.
Yeah.
So they did choose lots of those bad restaurants or something to make the show even better. I think that's really they want to say.
But I think at least they have a clean kitchen.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the hygiene of it is really
And the
good.
dessert is good.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, at least.
They still show a little bit of advantages. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the food is organized in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I watch the video, I think those food looks really delicious. But
Oh yes, at the
But-
first glance.
yeah, but unexpectedly they don't taste so good, and I'm really shocked.
Yeah, because if you see like the neat kitchen, even
Yeah.
my kitchen at home is not that neat as the restaurant.
Yeah.
It's
They make good impression.
they make good
Yeah,
impressions.
good
Yeah.
I think the video showed the Amy's baking company in the restaurant, and at the first glance you won't see the problem because everything is well organized.
Seems perfect.
The environment is good. Yeah.
And I think the building itself is beautiful, is it? Yeah, when you see, you might think, that's a big restaurant. They might have something good to serve to you, but after it
You
just
never know.
yeah. Oh, that's a point. Because if you expected too much and the thing that not unexpected, it might be a problem. If you walk into a restaurant, you think, it's huge, it's enormous, it's glamorous, but what you have in the restaurant is not the thing you expected to get. You might leave some bad comments on social media because You know what I mean? You expect too much and you have more things to like.
Oh,
Yeah, that might be a big problem, is it? Like, have you had these kind of experiences? If you like work inside a big restaurants, like, and you just want to have something really good, but unfortunately, the service you get, the food you get is not that good. Have you had these kind of experiences in your own life?
Well, not much because I don't eat in big restaurants.
Oh, that's a pity.
Not
That's a
often,
pity.
so you usually eat at home?
Well, I eat outside more often, but I just eat like beside the road, a small store.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe like if you have kind of experience like being down streets, have you have these kind of experiences? Because being down street have those new stores that have really grand.
Oh,
Oh.
Have you had?
No.
No.
okay.
So
How about you?
How
Chloe?
about you?
Do you have
I seldom go out to have big meal.
I
Yeah.
shouldn't go out.
Yes.
How about some stores that you go and it didn't taste so good? Just like the MX
Yeah,
baking
you
company.
expect it to be good, but in fact it's
Yeah, because I'm vegetarian, so
Oh.
yeah, I think that it's not salty. It's not salty, but on the other side, maybe it's healthy.
Oh.
Yes, not too much salt, not too much oil. Yes, but I love the food contains much salt.
Mm.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Yes, but in vegetarian, maybe they pursue health, so
Oh.
they will put this salt in the meal.
So do you have some experience eating really bad vegetarian dishes?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
yet.
you're lucky.
What about you?
There's a hot pot store outside the street,
Oh.
and the cabbage is. I know that the cabbage has put it for over a week because it tasted like a little like sand,
Oh.
and I think the food is not fresh. And after I eat the hot pot, I have a diarrhea.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very
Wow.
bad.
Yeah, and the restaurant seems nice, but the food is the main problem, and I got stomachache for like a week.
But
Yeah.
what about the service?
The service I think is good. Yeah,
Uh,
and just the food, like
Food is not
Amy's
fresh.
baking
oh, I
company.
think this is a big problem.
Yeah.
If you, maybe Amy's baking company doesn't have this kind of problem to make people have diarrhea or something, or even that the restaurant did.
Yeah, but maybe they have.
Oh,
That's
they,
the raw pizza, right?
oh, the raw
Yeah.
pizza.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's wrong.
How about you?
I think I have one. I think it's a restaurant in Taichung or something.
So,
I think the restaurant itself is like a old English manor. It's like a big house, like a huge house and have a garden. And I don't think the price of it is very cheap. It's a bit like a mid price, and it's close to expensive. And I walk in, I was very impressive. Like the details of the building and the garden is really well organized. The grass has been well cut, and the flowers and lots of things. The light of it itself is really good. But I walk in, yeah, something starts to be like weird because there's a weird smell in that house. Like something, I don't know how to explain it. It's like imagine you have, like it is, like the air itself is, the air inside of it is unfresh. You know what I mean? If you have something that,
like the window doesn't open or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. So the air is like, oh, it's very weird smell in it because it had the mixture of the food smell and the air isn't fresh. So it mixes everything together. It gets something that is
Is there
weird.
no air conditioner?
Yeah, but I think there might be a problem in there.
The air conditioner.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
broken.
yeah. Yeah. So it just, a very strong, I just can't stand to like eat in that kind of restaurant. But I just,
So the food good.
but I still ordered I think a steak or something. Yeah, the food is like okay. It's like, but I think it's worth the price because you expect to have great experiences in there because you spend a lot of money, you want to have a great time, but in fact you just didn't get.
Well,
That
they
time.
sell you the view.
Oh yeah, but not with the clean air. Is it?
Maybe you can comment on the fan page.
Oh, maybe haters. They might
Yeah.
be haters. They might
Yeah.
just.
One of the
Oh.
haters. Okay.
Okay.
If you are one of the worker in the Amy's baking company,
Yeah.
what do you respond to your boss? Like
Oh.
they take your tips.
Oh, I think I will shout at him and call the police.
You shout at your
But they will shout
boss.
back.
This is illegal. This is illegal.
But he
they
will
are-
say just, Mark, get out.
Oh,
I fire you.
and I will just get out. I will just get out. I can. What's that? Endure that situation. Yeah.
But you have to earn money. You still need that money, is it?
Yeah, they
But-
pay
yeah.
highly I mean, they pay hourly and it's high.
Or you know-
Like 8 to
or you mean a
14.
salary per hour is like.
Yeah.
But I work in such a place with no dignity. I can't.
Oh, you
I
can.
can't.
But in Taiwan, there's few restaurants that have tips. So I think I cannot experience that kind of. I have tips if I'm a waiter or waitress.
But I think
But it's
that.
not my right, right? It's not my right.
But
yeah.
But I think the tips in the restaurant has already obtained in the
Oh,
price
really?
because we have like something called service fee.
Oh.
You know what
10%.
service?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the 10% service.
In
I think that's
Taiwan.
kind of tip, is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
So
it didn't just.
They
be
just
on the
contain
table.
inside the
Include-
price.
include in the
Yeah.
Salary.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so you don't need to have the extra.
Oh.
Yeah.
But-
But you just.
Yeah, but we don't know whether the service fee is in our salary or in the boss' salary.
Oh.
Yeah, the boss depends how much you will get.
That's right.
Yeah.
But that's reality, is that because you're just a worker, any other boss, they have the capital to open a restaurant, but you don't.
So do you think you should follow your boss?
If the boss really, if I really get low paid, of course I will leave. I will not care about the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tips just a least.
Yeah.
What about you, Sha? Have you?
If my tip was taken by boss, I will very annoyed.
No, you
Yeah.
of course.
Will you tell the boss?
Yeah, where is my tips?
But he will say, get out.
Yeah, he just asked you to get out.
Yeah.
And maybe I will choose to tell the journalist.
Oh.
Yes, and post them on the
Oh.
news.
You're just like
Maybe
haters in
we
the restaurant.
Be another hater.
You're like haters in
Another
the
one is
restaurant.
Yeah. And your boss will think
Hater
how
one
do I
and two.
react.
Hater workers.
Yeah.
Hater workers, that's how good.
Maybe I think those haters on Amy's baking company maybe are those workers
Oh,
who used to work
you mean
in.
ex-workers?
Yeah,
They just been
ex-workers.
fired and they just fight back.
Yeah, because they changed about 50 or 100
Yeah. So
workers.
many.
Oh, I think 100.
And 100 workers a year.
100.
So many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah,